Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be sharing you my update on my year-long project plan where I'm constantly focusing on 10 items to either finish up or just get some use out of, and this is makeup and a little bit of skincare and a little bit of perfume, but mostly makeup. Welcome. If you are new here, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. I know that at least 50% of my viewers aren't subscribed, and it's like, if you're coming back to watch my content, why don't you just hit that little button below? I would really appreciate that. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the items that I have been working on since you last saw me in this video a month ago. So I'm going to start off with the item that is almost done and really only has one more use left, and that is my La Vanilla Pure Vanilla The Healthy Fragrance Perfume. Now, I for some reason have struggled since I bought this to use this up, and I do apologize for my nails. I have to do them today, but I'll do that later tonight because I have a couple things I have to do. So yeah. There's really only one use left. It's right here at the very bottom, and as you can see, I put this into this project when it was halfway done, and then this is the fastest I've actually used this up. So again, I'm just gonna call it done because once I use it tomorrow it'll be gone, so there's no point in waiting for the next update to use it. But this is okay if you're trying to find a more affordable pure vanilla perfume and not like a vanilla that is mixed with other things. I would definitely recommend checking this out, especially the Rollerball, because it's more on the affordable side, and we know how pricey perfume can get. So yeah, finally used this up and I'm glad. Let's go ahead and talk about what I'm going to be replacing that perfume with, and it's going to be another little perfume. So this is the Ysl Black Opium. This one is just a little dabber. I want to say I'm probably a third of the way done, so I have 2/3 of this little dabber left. I can see that when I flip it over that I can see like where the product is right at this little glass opening. So if I kind of go by measuring it like that, I will be able to see the progress until it gets to the bottom, I suppose, of this, but then I could just flip it back, I guess. I don't know. So I want to use this up because it is 2 years old and I haven't used it up, and I kind of need to because it is a gorgeous fragrance. It's beautiful, and it'd be a shame to let this go to waste. So that is what I'm going to be working on in this project. The next item that is soon to be on its way out is the Badescu Facial Rose Water Spray. As you can see, I've been doing steady progress in it, and I think I can get this done by the next update, which is very exciting because it's not my favorite. I just kind of use it to take away the powderiness at the end of my makeup, but I don't use this as a skincare item. I only strictly use it in my makeup as the last product because the fragrance in this is not the best for your skin. Sometimes I spray my dogs with it too when they are in need of a bath, but I don't have time to give them a bath. So I don't put that anywhere near their face. I just kind of spread it like on their backs, just like spritz, and then, you know, until I give them a bath the next day. So there's not much to say about that. Definitely something I can finish up, and I've definitely been a little bit more on a roll of using it within the last couple of weeks, so that's good, on its way out. And it's one of those things that I just can't wait for it to be gone because it just takes up space on my desk and I don't like using this, so can't wait for that to be out of my life. Okay, let's talk about this one. This is the Urban Decay Stay Naked Foundation. Not gonna tell you about how I feel about this and how I despise this. I just don't like it at all. Just to keep it short and sweet, I only used it once, and that is today. So there's no update. Maybe I used it one other time, but I'm pretty sure I did not. March was kind of a very hectic month for me, so I couldn't bother like working with this foundation, especially because I don't like to wear it out. I only ever wear it if I'm staying at home and filming because it just never looks the best on my skin. So haven't made that much progress on it. It's still at that line. I might end up decluttering it at some point, but I'm still gonna try my best to use it. But if I end up potentially moving, I'm just gonna chuck this because I don't think this is not my mom's skin color, so couldn't pass it on to her because she has more like a pink undertone and I have more neutral to yellow undertones. So yeah, that is that, unfortunately. It's nothing like the original Naked, and I don't know why they discontinued that because I really love that foundation. So, wait. Okay, last update, I included a new concealer, and this is the Rare Beauty concealer that I've been working on. Surprisingly, I slowed down my usage on this in March, so there's not that much of an update. Usually, I probably would have seen more of an update if if it wasn't a hectic month. So it's down to where that second line is. But again, this month has just been so crazy that some days I just don't have time to sit and work with this one also. I feel like this doesn't work the best on me when my skin is dry and I have to add like some oil to it, because if not, it looks very creepy under my skin. And I thought I liked it at first, but then, I don't know if it's just because it got drier that it looks bad. Now that our spring, Arizona spring, is like everyone else's summer, so our nice version of summer for everyone else, I guess. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's basically like high 80s, low 90 degrees Fahrenheit for all of my American viewers. I don't know the exact conversion in Celsius. I want to say it's like 35 maybe. I'm gonna have editing put in what the actual thing is, and let's see if I was close. But this is our spring, which is our nice weather when it comes to warmth. So maybe as like there's a little bit more of that and a little bit less dryness, it might look a little bit better, because I remember this working out in the very beginning when I bought this back in September. But sometime in like October, November, like my skin just went, nope, I don't like this anymore. So I'm using it, and I'm using it. Here is the one where it's going to be a little bit harder to keep progress on, but this is my Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade by Anastasia. I only use it like on the outer portion of my brows, and this is where we're at. So I only use the tiniest little amount on this, so progress on this is going to be slow, but this is one of those items that I just want to use up eventually. I don't care how much time it takes me, I just want to try to get this done and just remember to use it every day. So that's why this one is in here. Like I said, progress is going to be a little bit slow. It says 9 months is like the, oh no, it says 6 months is the expiration after opening, but I've definitely had it for years and it's still fine. And when I feel like it starts to dry out a little bit, I just move the product around again, and then it's like it comes back to life. I don't know how much longer I'll be able to keep doing that. Hopefully I can finish it before it's completely dried out. So I also have my Too Faced Peach Perfect powder. This is just like a small deluxe sample size. When I put it in, it was halfway done, and now I'm down to that purple line. I'm using it, I'm enjoying it. Is it my absolute favorite? No. Is it bad? No, I don't think so. I'm a little salty that I can't bake with it when I need to, because it is a little bit pinky orange, and so when you put it like in a concentrated wet area, it just like is like a blob of pinky orange, and it's impossible to blend out. So I just use it to set my whole face. If I need to like concentrate powder in a certain area because I want it to stay on with all the mask wearing, then I use a different one. But for everyday use, this is fine, and that's how I'm gonna use it. No problem with that. And then if it gets in my mouth, it tastes like peach. I don't like peaches, but it's not something that I hate when it's like the dust and you just breathe it in. It's not a horrible sensation. So yeah, that's that. My only thing is that you can't bake. Oh, also, if you use like a weird brush, I feel like I have to use specific brush. Ooh, sorry about that. I feel like I have to use a specific brush with this, because sometimes, I don't know what it is, if it's like the foundation I'm using or the concealer I'm using, and sometimes it's the brush, that sometimes this doesn't look the best. So I have to be very careful when applying this, because if I do too much, again, it looks kind of weird. So it's a little bit of a learning curve for this one for some reason. I don't know if you've experienced that. If you have tried this and you experienced a weird like learning curve of how much is enough, how much is too much, can't use this brush, can't use that brush, doesn't work with this foundation, doesn't work with that concealer, let me know in the comments down below, because I don't know if it's just like my skin maybe the day of, or if it's actually the powder. So if you've had that experience, please let me know. I just want to know if I'm crazy or not, or if I'm being gaslighted or gaslit by a makeup item. Would love to know. Please let me know. I believe that's all the items that are considered things I'm trying to use up. The last portion of the items are things that I switch out every update, and it's kind of just to give a good rotation in my products. And these are products that are really hard to use up. So if you focus on this item for 1 year, like, you're never gonna see your other like blushes, bronzers, or highlights, at least in my case, based on like how light-handed I am, because I am very pale, so I don't really need to use so much. So I like this rotation system where I focus, for the most part, like 80% of the times that I wear makeup, I do wear these products, and it's giving all of my items some love, and it makes me even decide whether it's time to let some stuff go. So these are the items that I had in from last update to now. So for blush, I was using the MAC Rosy Outlook brush. I don't know why I said brush. So it's this nice light pink. I have always loved this shade. I have loved using it. I am wearing a little bit of it today. Definitely enjoyed using it. Out of all of my blushes, I think this is one of the ones where you can see like the most like brush strokes in it. So it is well loved in my collection, and a little sad that I have to switch it out, but it's the way that I'm gonna get used out of everything. So love it. For bronzer, I was using the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer. This is in its old packaging. Again, I'm wearing it today. This only really works when I'm pale because it's a very light shade. And hopefully by this summer we can all be out and about because herd immunity will be a thing. Can't wait to be part of that 80% because I got my first shot. Gonna be getting my second shot soon. I believe in the science. It is my field. I literally studied this. So that's just want to say that can't wait to be part of the herd immunity regardless of where you stand on this. But yeah, so hopefully I don't have to use this because by then I can actually like get some sun. So that's that. This is kind of old, so like I don't know. And I've had it for a long time, and I've used enough of them for a long time, so I am a little bit like over it, but not to the point where I just want to get rid of it. It's fine, I use it, but it's not like my favorite anymore. It doesn't even smell like chocolate anymore, and that was one of my favorite parts of using this because I love chocolate, okay? So yeah, switching it out, and I don't feel anything else about that. And then for a highlighter, I was using the Laura Geller Charming Pink. I loved using this. Obviously it's really hard to use up highlight. I was wearing it today, but I have been wearing this makeup for a while, so I don't know if a lot of things are like really faded by now, but it was nice to use, refreshing to use because I haven't really touched my highlights in a while because I was using like something else for the last couple of years. So I really enjoyed using this, and yeah. So now I'm gonna talk about the products I will be focusing on this upcoming month, from like this update to the next update. And for bronzers, you guys know this, you might be sick of it, but it's my Chanel Tan de Soleil bronzer. Because the weather is officially like warming up now here where I live, at least I'm hoping to at least have a couple more pool days, especially to de-stress from school, because this is the last half of my last semester of undergrad ever. So need to like just go out and do something and like stop staring at a screen and being inside sometimes. So if I go to the pool, this will be nice to just add to the little sun that I'm getting. And you guys know I've tried to finish this up. So yeah, that's how much I have. Maybe I will make more progress on it in this upcoming month, since this is going to be my bronzer of choice. Very excited to use it. Still smells like Chanel. And I'm not going to bore you with my spiel on how Chanel betrayed me, Chanel Beauty. We just aren't going to do it. No. For blush, this is the NARS Madly Brush. Why do I keep saying brush for blush? I think I haven't filmed in a while because this was like, this last couple of weeks I've been just studying for midterms, and I have not had the time to film, so getting back into it is always an interesting experience. So Kathleen Lights made me buy this because she used to love NARS madly. I don't really watch her anymore. I don't know what it is about when like YouTubers blow up to like a certain amount. I just kind of lose interest, because then it's just like PR, subscription or sponsorship, blah blah blah. And while there's nothing wrong with that, because girl, go get your coin, but I just have trust issues, so it's like I don't even know if I want to like just be constantly sold products, you know, because that's not what I'm about. Like, I'm not trying to do that. So I bought this when I still watched her and I still loved her, and it is a pretty blush now that I'm opening it, but for some reason I just don't reach for it because I feel like it might be a little bit too dark for my skin, so I have to use a very light hand. And this is one that's on the chopping block for this month, so if I don't like this, if I just don't think it's working for me, it's something I am gonna pass on to my mom, because these types of blushes look best on her, and I just don't want this sitting in my collection not getting used, so I'd rather give it to her for her to use. So we'll see in the next update what my stance on this is, because it is a beautiful blush, but I just don't reach for it at all, and it's kind of hurt me to get rid of it because it was so expensive and because I haven't gotten my use out of it. So this is going to be a good way to like decide on what I want to do with it. Okay, and last but not least, let's talk about the highlights. This is also from Laura Geller. If you saw my makeup collection video, basically all my highlights are either Hourglass or Laura Geller. There's no like other in-betweens really. So this is the Baked Highlighter Duo in French Vanilla and Portofino, and this is something that Tati Westbrook made me buy when I used to watch her also. She used to love the French Vanilla one, or it was Portofino, I don't know. I bought this duo because it was the best of both worlds. It has like a shimmery champagne, and then it has one of those very muted highlighters, so it's like two highlighters in one. So depending on what my makeup looks like, I can mix and match. I can even use a little bit of the Portofino shade, which is the shimmer one, up in like my inner corner, because that is something that my Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette lacks, and I just remembered that that's the last item that I'm missing. Let me go get it. So all my makeup's like over there, and I gather everything I need and like bring it to my little like corner, and I knew I was missing something and I didn't know what it was, and I'm like, what am I missing? And then it was this. So this is the palette that I'm working on for this year. Yeah, have I had it did no. So this is what it looks like. No changes in it whatsoever. I am using it. It is what I wear on my eyes most days anyways. It's what I'm wearing on my eyes now. And you guys know how I feel about it, and even some of you even agreed. I don't know, like, it was so revolutionary when it first came out, but now it's like, it's definitely missing a lot of things. I have to reach into other palettes if I want like a nice eyeshadow day, or if I want more dimension going on, because this is all like one color scheme once it's on the eyes. It might look a little bit different in the pans, but once it's on your eyes, it all looks the same, and it's like, girl, I'm just going to work. I'm working a customer service job. I don't need like to wear dark eyeshadows. It's not like my makeup preference anyways. So yeah, the only thing that I can say is I've started like, you know, dip, tap, once. Dip, tap, tap once, to try to get a little bit more usage out of it. I also stopped applying the shimmers with my fingers, which is what I was doing before. So now I'm using a brush just to start using more product, because if I keep doing the same thing, I'm really not going to move along with this palette. And for example, in Rose Pink, that I don't really use a lot, ever since I started using a brush, there is a dip starting to form. Not a big dip, but I see a dip. And same with Dusty Rose, even though it's a matte, I can definitely see all of like where I'm starting to like really focus on dipping. But those are the only two shades that I'm seeing like big difference. Maybe a little bit of orange soda, but again, not enough to hit pan. So yeah, I only started doing the brush thing recently, so maybe there'll be more progress in a month from now. But the Soft Glam palette, everybody, that's that. That is everything. So that is how I'm doing. How are you doing on the items that you are trying to use up? Please let me know down below, what is it that you're struggling with and that you're just kind of maybe coming to terms on letting it go. because that happens, and it's okay for it to happen because makeup is supposed to be fun and not a chore. But yeah. Also, I'm trying to do like a get ready with me Q&A, or just a Q&A where I just answer questions while drinking. I don't know. I want to do something like that, so please, I have a discussion post on the community page if you want to leave a question there, or you can leave it down below. I really want to do something like that because I feel like maybe I haven't shared a lot of like what is going on, or a lot of me, and yeah. So ask away. But I hope you guys are having a great day no matter where you are, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye.